what's on your mind.
Yeah, baby, yeah. My mind. And if I ever fall in love, I will be sure that the lady's just like you.
Shai wasn't just another R&B group from the 90s, they were a cultural phenomenon. Their debut single climbed the charts, capturing hearts and redefining what a male vocal group could achieve. But behind their seamless harmonies and meteoric rise, a storm was brewing, one that would shatter the group and reshape their destiny. If I Ever Fall in Love wasn't just a song, it was an anthem. It peaked at #1, 2 on the Billboard Hot 100, held back only by Whitney Houston's legendary I Will Always Love You. Fans thought Shai was destined for lasting fame. But here's the truth. The public only saw the polished surface, not the cracks forming underneath. What really tore Shai apart? Was it the pressures of fame, internal conflicts, or something even deeper? And how did they manage to return to the music scene years later when the odds were stacked against them? Let's dive into the untold story of Shai, the rise, the fall, and the unexpected comeback of one of R&B's most fascinating groups. And if you want more insider videos like this, subscribe to the channel right now. The story of Shai begins in the early 1990s on the campus of Howard University in Washington, D.C., a breeding ground for talent and ambition. The group's original members, Carl Martin, Mark Gaye, Darnell Van Rensselaer, and Garfield Bright, came together almost by chance. While their shared pursuit of higher education initially united them, it was their undeniable vocal chemistry that set them on a path to stardom. Their name, Shai, carried a profound meaning derived from Egyptian mythology as the personification of destiny in male form, and destiny seemed to smile on them. Unlike many of their peers who hustled through countless talent shows to build a following, Shai struck gold early. At a campus variety show, they performed what would become their breakout hit, If I Ever Fall in Love. The crowd was captivated, and soon, so was the music industry. That one performance led to a record deal, and by September 1992, their debut single was released. It was an instant sensation, blending raw a cappella harmonies with heartfelt emotion. The song rocketed to #1, 2 on the Billboard Hot 100, held off the top spot, only by Whitney Houston's juggernaut, I Will Always Love You. But even in second place, Shai left an indelible mark, becoming a crossover success that resonated with both mainstream pop audiences and urban R&B fans. Their debut album, If I Ever Fall in Love, followed in December of the same year. It wasn't just a commercial hit, it solidified Shai as a force in music. Their second single, Comforter, climbed into the top 10 of the Billboard Hot 100 and the top 5 of the R&B charts. With a blend of heartfelt lyrics, smooth melodies, and their distinctive harmonies, Shai was riding high. But beneath the surface of their success, cracks were beginning to form. The group's diverse backgrounds and personal ambitions would soon collide, setting the stage for the challenges ahead. For now, though, Shai was living their dream, and the world couldn't get enough. What could possibly go wrong for a group with so much talent and promise? As it turns out, quite a lot, and the seeds of their unraveling were already being planted. To the world, Shai seemed like the perfect group, 4 talented men with seamless harmonies and a meteoric rise. But behind the scenes, their story was far from harmonious. The misconception of stability came from their ability to mask internal tensions with their polished performances. Yet, the cracks were there from the start. Each member brought something unique to the table, but their differing aspirations and personalities began to clash. Carl Martin, for instance, had always seen himself more as a producer and songwriter than a frontman. While the others were chasing the spotlight, Carl was quietly planning a transition behind the scenes, a shift that would later disrupt the group's delicate balance. Then, there were the group's personal dynamics. Garfield Bright, who was initially not even a part of the original lineup, found himself thrust into the spotlight after other members dropped out. His vocal talent was undeniable, but his trajectory at Howard University set him apart. While Carl, Mark, and Darnell joined fraternities and thrived in campus social circles, Garfield took a different path, aligning himself with the Nation of Islam. Their lives off stage couldn't have been more different. creating an underlying tension in their working relationship. Adding to the strain was the group's sudden fame. Shai's debut single was everywhere, and the pressure to maintain their success was immense. Record labels demanded more hits, and the group's schedule became relentless. What the public saw was a picture of unity. But behind closed doors, the group struggled to navigate the expectations placed upon them. This was further compounded by the music industry itself, a ruthless machine that often pits artists against one another. Comparisons to other R&B groups of the era, like Jodeci and Boyz II Men, created both external competition and internal pressure. Shai was celebrated for their crossover appeal, but that same appeal came with a cost: the need to cater to both mainstream and urban audiences, which often left them feeling stretched thin. At this point, Shai was still riding high on their early success, but the foundation was already starting to crack. Their polished image made it easy for fans to believe they had it all together. But as we'll see, the reality was much more complicated. The stability everyone assumed they had was, in truth, an illusion, and it wouldn't be long before that illusion shattered. What exactly triggered their downward spiral? The answers lie in the struggles that would soon come to define their journey. Shai's seemingly unstoppable rise hit its first major obstacle with their sophomore album, Blackface, released in 1995. While their debut album had been a massive success, the follow-up fell short. Despite containing solid material, Blackface lacked the promotion and momentum needed to match the impact of their earlier work. Behind the scenes, tensions with their record label were mounting. Key staff who had championed their first album were gone, replaced by a revolving door of new team members who didn't understand or prioritize the group's unique sound. The legal troubles didn't help. In a shocking twist, Garfield, Carl, and Darnell were arrested just before a performance at Howard University's homecoming. The charges ranged from possession of an illegal firearm to intent to distribute, tarnishing the group's reputation and putting a spotlight on the mounting pressures they were facing. Though they avoided significant legal consequences, the incident cast a shadow over their career and fractured the trust between the members. As internal tensions grew, Carl Martin made the decision to leave the group in 1995. His departure wasn't a surprise. Carl had long expressed his preference for songwriting and production over performing. His exit marked the beginning of Shai's transformation from a quartet to a trio. Though amicable on the surface, Carl's departure highlighted the group's diverging priorities and struggles to maintain cohesion. The group's struggles extended to their creative process. By the time Blackface was released, the industry had shifted, and the R&B landscape was becoming more competitive. Groups like Jodeci and Boyz II Men continued to dominate, while Shai struggled to maintain their place in a rapidly changing market. The industry's demands for quick hits and evolving styles left Shai feeling out of step, and their label's lack of clear direction only added to their frustrations. The group attempted to press forward, but with Carl gone, their dynamic changed. Mark Gaye became the next member to step away, choosing to focus on his personal life. He married his love interest from Shai's Baby I'm Yours music video and transitioned into a career in real estate. With Mark's departure, the once promising quartet had dwindled to just two original members, Garfield and Darnell. By the late 1990s, Shai's star had faded considerably. Their third album, Destined, released in 1999, failed to make any significant impact. The combination of industry changes, internal conflicts, and lackluster promotion left the group struggling to regain their footing. What had once been a harmonious journey of four friends pursuing a shared dream had devolved into a fight for survival in an unforgiving industry. But Garfield and Darnell weren't ready to give up just yet. Despite the setbacks, they held on to their love for music and a desire to rebuild. The road ahead would be challenging, but Shai's story was far from over. What came next would redefine their legacy in ways no one could have predicted. After the departures of Carl and Mark, Shai was left as a duo, Garfield Bright and Darnell Van Rensselaer. While many groups would have called it quits, the pair saw this as an opportunity to reinvent themselves. Determined to keep Shai alive, Garfield and Darnell leaned into their signature harmonies, even experimenting with their sound to adapt to a rapidly changing music landscape. To fill the void left by their former bandmates, Garfield and Darnell began searching for new members who could help recapture the magic of their earlier success. Enter Dwayne Jones and George Spencer III, two seasoned vocalists who had cut their teeth in other R&B groups like Riff and Vision. These new additions brought fresh energy and experience to the group, allowing Shai to re-establish a fuller sound. By 2018, Shai had fully embraced their revamped lineup and released their first album in over a decade, Musically Yours. The album included reimagined versions of their classic hits like If I Ever Fall in Love, Comforter, and Baby I'm Yours, giving longtime fans a sense of nostalgia while introducing their music to a new generation. Though it didn't replicate the commercial success of their debut, Musically Yours proved that Shai was still capable of producing heartfelt, high-quality music. Beyond music, the group focused on preserving their legacy and branching out into other ventures. Garfield, always the intellectual of the group, had pursued advanced degrees during Shai's downtime. He earned both a master's degree and a PhD, and eventually became a professor at Georgia State University. His passion for education extended beyond the classroom. He and Darnell co-founded Hieroglyphics Entertainment LLC, their own independent record label. Their goal was not only to release Shai's music, but also to nurture new talent and create educational and artistic projects that reflected their values. Through this reinvention, Shai demonstrated resilience in the face of adversity. They embraced the challenges of evolving as artists and individuals, proving that their story wasn't defined solely by their early success or struggles. Instead, it became a testament to their commitment to creativity and their enduring bond. But what drove Garfield and Darnell to continue when so many other groups from their era had faded into obscurity? The answer lies in their unwavering belief in the power of music and their determination to shape their legacy on their own terms. Yet, even with this reinvention, questions remain. Could they ever recapture the magic of their early years? Or was their story destined to be remembered as one of unrealized potential? These questions only add to the intrigue of Shai's journey, a journey that was far from over. Shai's story isn't just about chart-topping hits or the internal struggles that nearly tore them apart. It's also about the lasting impact they left on the music industry and their fans. Despite their ups and downs, the group carved out a unique space in the 90s R&B scene with their a cappella harmonies and heartfelt lyrics. For many, their debut single, If I Ever Fall in Love, remains a timeless classic, proving the enduring power of raw talent and authentic emotion. What sets Shai apart is their ability to connect with audiences across cultural and musical boundaries. While other R&B groups of their era focused on flashy performances and overt sensuality, Shai leaned into simplicity and vulnerability. Their music resonated with fans looking for something deeper, a reflection of love, heartbreak, and the human experience. Over the years, Shai's influence has been felt in unexpected ways. Many contemporary R&B artists cite their sound as an inspiration, and their willingness to experiment with blending mainstream and urban styles paved the way for future crossover acts. Even in the face of industry challenges and personal setbacks, Shai remained committed to their craft, showing that success isn't just about staying on top, it's about staying true to your art. The group's members have also left their mark individually. Garfield Bright's transition into academia and Darnell Van Rensselaer's focus on mentoring young talent speak to their broader ambitions beyond music. Through their label, Hieroglyphics Entertainment LLC, they've created a platform to nurture the next generation of artists while continuing to produce music on their own terms. In the end, Shai's legacy is one of perseverance, reinvention, and a refusal to let the pressures of fame define them. They may not have maintained their early level of commercial success, but their story is far richer than that. It's a story of brotherhood, growth, and the pursuit of excellence, even when the odds seemed insurmountable. As Shai continues to perform and release music, they remain a testament to the enduring power of artistry and the resilience of the human spirit. Their journey is a reminder that even in the face of setbacks, reinvention is always possible, and that the love for music and connection can sustain a legacy far longer than any chart-topping hit. The late 2000s and 10s marked a new chapter for Shai as they embarked on an unexpected comeback. After years of limited releases and sporadic performances, they re-emerged with a renewed sense of purpose. The release of their 2018 album, Musically Yours, wasn't just a trip down memory lane. It was a declaration that Shai still had something to say. The album featured alternate takes on their most beloved hits, reminding fans why they fell in love with the group in the first place. But more importantly, it showcased their ability to adapt and evolve. Garfield and Darnell, along with new members Dwayne Jones and George Spencer III, brought fresh energy and perspective to Shai's sound, bridging the gap between the 90s and today. Shai didn't just stop at music. Garfield, who had spent years pursuing his academic goals, became a professor at Georgia State University, blending his love for education with his passion for music. Meanwhile, the group's record label, Hieroglyphics Entertainment LLC, became a platform for releasing their own music and mentoring up-and-coming artists. Through this label, Shai proved that they weren't content with simply being a relic of the past. They were building a future. Their comeback wasn't about chasing the charts or recapturing old fame. It was about staying true to their roots and connecting with their audience in an authentic way. Live performances became a cornerstone of their new chapter, with Shai focusing on intimate shows where they could engage directly with fans. For many, seeing Shai perform again was a powerful reminder of the emotional resonance their music still carries. Their return also sparked renewed interest in their story. Fans old and new began revisiting their catalog, discovering the depth of their artistry and the challenges they had overcome. Social media played a key role in introducing Shai to a younger generation, proving that their music transcends time. While their comeback may not have dominated the mainstream, it served as a testament to their resilience and creativity. Shai's ability to adapt, reinvent, and remain relevant in an ever-changing industry is a rare feat, a testament to their talent and determination. Shai's journey is more than just a tale of fame, fortune, and setbacks. It's a story of resilience, reinvention, and the enduring power of music. From their meteoric rise in the 90s to the challenges that tested their bond, and finally to their inspiring resurgence, Shai's legacy is one of perseverance and passion. Their story leaves us with a powerful message. Success isn't about avoiding failure, it's about how you rise after the fall. Shai didn't let the industry's challenges or internal struggles define them. Instead, they adapted, grew, and found new ways to connect with their fans and their craft. As we reflect on their journey, one thing is clear: Shai's impact goes far beyond the charts. They've left an indelible mark on music and a blueprint for navigating the highs and lows of life and art. So the next time you hear If I Ever Fall in Love or any of their other classics, remember the story behind the harmonies, a story of talent, tenacity, and triumph. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more untold stories from the world of music. See you next time.